So what are our deliverables this year and into next year? I like that picture of a pizza as a deliverable. These are the 5 areas that I said that we are currently working on. It is standards for social media measurement. That's actually probably the one that we're furthest ahead on due to very active work by AMEC, by a group that calls itself the Conclave, that brings together public relations, advertising, word of mouth, a number of different organizations to say what should social media standards be. So that one's well underway. Traditional media analysis, we've been measuring that for a long time, and yet there are no standards for it. Ethical standards for research in our field, not just academic research, which does tend to have a clear set of ethical standards that are applied across universities, but nevertheless, in the field of practice, we haven't really addressed that as much. Return on investment, a much misused term that has a real rigorous financial meaning. And when we say return on investment, it almost never has that meaning. And so if we're going to use it, it should actually mean something. And we are going to propose that, if you use that term, here's how it ought to be calculated, or what related terms might be better. And then finally, the communications life cycle. What are the research and measurement stages that take you from awareness to interest in terms of actual advocacy, and then perhaps the willingness to make a decision to actually buy your product. So that communications life cycle needs attention as well. So how can you be involved? How can you keep your eye on this? Well, first and foremost, by participating in the review and commenting on our proposed and interim standards, which will be on the Institute website. In fact, we are creating a microsite within our website. It's not up and running yet. Actually, we're working on it, and if you use that URL, you'll see what we're working on, but it's pretty incomplete at this point. But in any case, that's where you'll be going to say, okay, if what I really care about is the area of return on investment and how we're going to measure that, and I want to comment, I want to see what's going on, I want to be able to comment on it, that's where you'll go to find it. If you want to go in and say, for crying out loud, you're working on 5 now and you don't have employee communications there yet, here's what I think you need to do in that area, you'll have the ability to do that. It'll be very interactive, and we need that kind of input. So if you belong to the 5 original organizations, encourage them, support them in that effort. And for all other organizations you belong to, tell them they need to be part of this. We're going to figure that out. We're going to figure that out soon. And we really need to have worldwide interest in this. And stay engaged throughout the 6 stages. And maybe most of all, as those standards come together, commit to those. If you're a client, say, that's what I'm expecting from all of my vendors. If you're a research vendor, say, we adhere to these standards, and show how you do that. So we need your support in that regard. I will close just by saying, if you would like to reach me, I've included my email address, my Twitter handle, and if you go to our website, and I said everything there is free, not only is everything free, 3 or 4 times a month, we send out by email a research letter that has interesting new things that we found that we think are applicable to the process, announces opportunities to participate in research, or to enter competition, or to go to a program that the Institute and others are putting on. So I'd love to send that research letter to you if you're interested. And again, if you will go to that website, you'll find the place to sign up. Heck, send me an email. I can sign you up real quickly.